Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to welcome you to today's episode of Sub 2 Made Simple with your boy Victor Bell, where I go over subject to deals, creative financing, how to do them, how to find them, how to make sure you don't lose profit, how to actually make sure you also don't get in trouble is wise to do. So anyways, thank you so much for coming in today. So today I wanted to go over something that I thought was valuable. And it was like, how do you actually, my top ways. So how do you find these deals? My top ways to find subject to deals. I just want to be clear on that. There's a lot of ways to find subject to deals. Some more evident than others, but I can only work on what I have experience with, what's working for me right now, not what used to work for me 20 years ago, and also, what I'm going to continue to do because markets change, people change. I'm in California now, even though we still do stuff in Hawaii. We're looking to do this. So I want to answer that question for you, and I brought my whiteboard. It's heavy, it's cumbersome. But I wanted to go through this because I wanted to write it down because I talk fast. I can talk through it, but trust me, I'll forget it. You'll forget it. And you'll be like, man, Vic's crazy. I don't remember anything he said. So how is it that these are my top ways for finding them? One, finding them and who they are. So motivated sellers. Motivated sellers. Like, I know that's not a find them, but who they are, motivated sellers, kind of leads into how to find them and where they are. So I'm just going to kind of write these really quick because I have a couple. So we have divorce sales, right? That's one. 2 payments. That's another. Like people with 2 payments. Somebody who just bought a house and they still have another house. Maybe they're getting ready to rent it out, right? Which is, and we have our vacant houses, which we all know. That's actually supposed to be vacant, right? Vacant homes. How do you know what a vacant home is? You drive by a property, you drive by an area where there's nice houses and you know when something's vacant. It isn't because they're overgrown, because most of the houses we look at are in gated communities or not gated communities where there's a homeowners association. They're not going to have overgrown stuff there and boarded up windows in a gated community by a golf course or by the beach. Like, that stuff just doesn't happen. And a lot of people talk about that, but again, that's the old way. I don't want something boarded up. Now, they may have a bunch of beat up cars in the driveway or a bunch of extra stuff like a camper, things like that, because they're in the process of moving, or like one of those roll-offs or those boxes from like U-Haul and all these other things that they're packing up and putting things away. That's different. So what's another? So we have divorce. I don't do probate, but I will say attorneys. I think that's also one of the ones that I get things from is a writing. So this is divorce sales, 2 payments, vacant, pre-foreclosures. I probably do more pre-foreclosure. And then NODs, which are notice of default. The pre-foreclosure, somebody in pre-foreclosure status versus a notice of default. You just got a notice of default. You can get a list of people on pre-foreclosure having notice of default. Connect with any attorneys that may say, hey, you know what? I'm representing this person. We're going after them because I've had my attorney buddies send me leads. Vacant properties, whether we got the owner's name and we drove by and said, hey, would you be interested in us taking over the payment on this property? Because they're probably paying on it. They just left. They're paying on it. They haven't made a decision whether to rent it or not. Oh, this is a big one that we've been focusing on as of late. Airbnb. So can you guys see that? Yeah, good. So sometimes Airbnb people, especially in areas where Airbnb used to be legal and now it's not, they had like, oh, I bought this property and we're going to Airbnb it out. They were doing that, making like 10 grand, 20 grand a month. Now they have a $4,000 a month payment because they overpaid for the property based on the investment strategy, because it was a business strategy, not a real estate deal. Now they have to sell it and they're like, dude, we don't want to make this payment. And you can always follow up in those areas. Those are great leads for subject to deals. So that's how you do that. Those are what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ways to go ahead and figure that out. And rents. Just straight rentals. So like some people that rent their properties out in transition, hey, we had somebody move out and we're thinking about renting it out, but we want to figure that out. There's some maintenance and repairs. We got to save money for that. They may not left a place in the best condition, so they have to take what's left from their deposit, bring money out of their own pocket. You can say, hey, what if we did this? What if I go in, I take over the property subject to, I make the payments on the existing financing, the loan will stay in your name, but I'll go in and I'll put my money towards those repairs. You keep the deposit, whatever, because you lived through that nightmare, unfortunately. I'll rent it out afterwards. I'll sell it to somebody, or I'll sell it to my tenant-owned buyers, build a payment history on them, and cash you guys out in the future. So that's good for people who are now becoming landlords again, like vacant landlords, right? Displaced. So that's the first way that we do that. That's how we find those people. Number two, what do I have? Wholesalers. Wholesalers and newbies. What's a newbie? If you're new to real estate investing, you're a newbie. You just got started. You're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and you're knocking on doors and calling people and, hey, what's up? I'm a real estate investor, and handing out your business card to randos at the grocery store. That's newbie stuff. It's okay. I do it. I still do it. I'm a newbie all day. But wholesalers who they get fix and flip. So they go out specifically and go, hey, we got to get a property and our 70% ARV. We need to be all in for 70% of the after repaired value, including our fees. They have these deals that come across their table. About 80% of their leads are pretty houses that there is no equity, or they just got the property, or somebody bought a property and they have to move and they're thinking about renting it out, and it doesn't qualify for some of the wholesalers fast, their quick look, so they can get through 80, 90, 100 leads quickly. They have to be like, hey, if it's not 70%, pass. So you can go after leads like that and go, look, if you get, because we're doing that, we're marketing to wholesalers. Hey guys, if you have a deal that you think we can get seller financing on that's non-renovated, that mean, like, I'm not looking for a huge rehab deal. I don't like rehab deals. I like pretty houses. No less than $15,000, $20,000 maximum. Like, that's not roof. That's flooring and paint, ceiling fans, and a freaking steel package inside. Send those deals to me, and let's figure out how to partner. So that's another way to find deals. Or newbies. Newbies come across better deals. Like, when I'm new, every time I've been new, I've come across better deals than an expert. Why? Because I'm kind of too stupid to know better. Because I'll ask something of a person that I don't know I'm not supposed to ask. The more seasoned you get, the more you're like, I would never ask somebody that. Because you start kind of preparing yourself to protect yourself. But when you're new, nothing's off limits. So all newbies and wholesalers are fair game to be able to find deals. Next, number 3. Agents. Most of this stuff is common sense, not common practice. Real estate agents always have deals. They'll be like, hey, they're always farming neighborhoods. They're always talking to people, and they need to know, like, hey, like my other example in another video. It's like, let's say they want $1 million for their property. They just bought it. They owe $975 or $900,000, and they don't have any extra money to get rid of this thing, but they got to go quickly. If an agent gets a deal like that, they're like, you know what? There's no way that we're going to be able to cover the 6% cost or 4%, whatever it is that their commissions are, plus this person's closing costs, and then to be able to market this property for the next 2 months, 1 month, 3 months, get on a contract, go through the rigmarole. This person doesn't have any extra money to bridge the gap in case that doesn't happen. That agent will be able to call and say, hey, Vic, because I have him do it. Hey, Vic, I got a deal. Seller needs to move quickly. He's behind 2 payments. He needs to move now. There's not a lot of equity in the deal. There's nothing I can do. I don't want to bring the deal current and keep it. Would you be interested in talking to the seller? Absolutely. Let's call him 3-way. Make the introduction. Let me see what I can do, and I'll still take care of you as it relates to your commissions are concerned. Boom. There we go. So agents are great for that. Another one, and I kind of wrote it up here, because these aren't motivated sellers per se, but they have a list of them. But I'll go over it again, which are attorneys. Attorneys. I've had my attorney give me a call and say, hey, Vic, we're representing this person. This is the scenario. Do you think you can clean the hair off, shave it bald for us? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll take over the property subject to. We'll bring the loan current, and then we'll go ahead and make those payments on that property, and we'll keep it 2 weeks, 2 years, 30 years in the future until we feel like it's right to sell and we make the equity. But attorneys are great for that. Could be probate attorneys. I personally have not worked with probate attorneys. Everyone else says that they're a great resource. I haven't found any value with probate attorneys and personal representatives to send me any deals yet. I don't know. So if you're out there, send your boy a deal. Number 5. What do I have on here? Door knocking. I have that last because it's the most intrusive. People don't like doing it, but I do it. Door knocking. So on door knocking is basically the same thing. So you use, let's say, a list, people behind in payments, or this is a 2 payment. They have 2 houses, right? one house they live in, the other one they moved out of because they leveled up or they leveled down. You go to this person's property. You can find the owner of a vacant property. You can go to a pre-foreclosure house, knock on the door, a little skittish. They're worried about you. You can go to the notice of default person because their name is on a list and their tax mailing address is on the list, so you know where they are and or how to get in contact with them. People who own Airbnb, sometimes they don't even live in your city or your state. They live someplace else, or they have a bunch of them, or whatever. Or people who are like, hey, people who are own properties to rent that are now sitting. If you're gonna door knock, they're perfect. Hey, I saw your property just came on the market for rent. Would you be interested in selling it? Also, if I can make it make sense, I can be a long-term renter with the right to buy it in the future. Or maybe I can take over the payments and I'll do all the maintenance and repairs, and I'll do that for 2 weeks, 2 years, 30 years, whatever. If we can come to an agreement that makes sense for both of us. Boom, there's your deals. So this is the 5 ways I do it. I focus on motivated sellers. That's 100%. Wholesalers bring deals, brand newbies. I love newbies. They're my people. Those are the people I try to get into my investor school because I can train them. Depending on what you're doing, my investor school is probably going to be the best training you've ever had in your life because I actually teach what I do. I don't just teach general information. I don't think general information helps people because it doesn't allow you to focus. But I always like newbies and wholesalers. I'm like, hey, get investor school, get in there, dig in. You can see exactly what I do. You can find out whether it's more work than you want to introduce to yourself and your team, and just let us do it. But now at least you know I'm legit. You know what we do. You know how we do it, or you can do it yourself. Next, real estate agents. Real estate agents, mortgage. That's one of the things that we can put on here. Mortgage or hard money lenders. Hard money lenders, mortgage people, they get people all the time that want to refinance their property. They've missed some payments. They can't do it. And then they go, hey, you know what? Why don't we just get you in contact with another person? I think it's going to be better for you to sell. Maybe you can get in contact with Vic. He can make the payments, take them over, whatever. But you can get leads and resources from mortgage lenders, mortgage brokers, loan officers, hard money lenders, private lenders, even hard money lenders and private lenders. Those guys take over properties, take properties back from people who were flippers in the wholesale space who couldn't make their payments or they ran out of time, and now there's a default and they have to go ahead and foreclose. You can get in contact with them and say, hey guys, instead of foreclosing on these people, let me take over where they are. Maybe I need to bring it current. Maybe you can restructure the loan. You just don't want to do it with them. Maybe I can partner with them and we can figure this out. But these are leads that you can get into, whether it's subject twos or you can structure creative financing with these people and do loan takeovers or whatever. Attorneys, my attorney sends me deals. Hey, Vic, I got this deal. Hey, I know this person. Hey, somebody engaged me and they were having a situation. Let me make the introduction. I told them about you because I know what I'm doing, so they trust me, right? And then last but not least, door knocking. You can go knock on the door and say, hey, guys, I don't know if you got your problems squared away with what's going on with the house, but typically situations like yours, sometimes we can split profit with you guys 50-50 by taking over the property, bringing it to market with my team. Does that sound like something you want to do, or did you get this squared away already? They're going to be like, what? Free money? Hell yeah, sign me up. So anyways, that's how I do it. These are the 5 things that I do to find subject to deals. I hope this helps you guys. If you want to work with me, feel free. Love to have you. All pressure. I'm going to pressure people to get my program. Investor School is 100% hands down the best program I've ever seen. And I buy a lot of people's stuff. I've bought a lot of people's stuff over the years because that's how I learned it. It is exactly what we do. All of our scripts, all of our documents, video training. There's like 300 lessons in there. Over 300 lessons over exactly what we do. Not just in subject to deals and houses, but multifamily properties is exactly what me and my team do. All of it. All of it. So, love to have you a part of that. Go to bell-capital.com/real estate training. That's bell-capital.com/real estate training. And I'd love to help you. Love to have you a part of that. If you have questions about it, you want us to show it to you before you invest in it or buy it. It's cheap, man. It's $500. I'm literally giving it away because I'm too lazy to break it out myself. So my team can run through it with you, show you, find out where you have questions, what you need help with, show you where that is in Investor School, and we can get you started. Love to have you a part of that. Or you can go to Sub2 Made Simple. That's sub2madesimple.com, and you can get more information from us. But until then, go do deals, go make money, stick to subject to. That's going to be the best thing for you if you're looking to buy houses with none of your own money, none of your own credit, and make the maximum amount of profit. Okay, looking forward to having you guys inside of what we're doing. Like this video, share this video, comment on this video. Don't be a hater and a hider at the same time. If you hate it, give it a thumbs down. Tell me why. And I may read it or not. I read everything, but I may not respond to it. I just like to know what's good for people. All right. Have a great day today. Let me know if you need anything.